nothing against BKB, basically. Against a hero like Slark, who inherently is good against stuns, but not very good against AoE damage. So once he gets the BKB, he can, for the full duration of the BKB, pretend Leshrac, Timber, Willow, and Batrider don't really exist. He can get lassoed, I guess, but he's not going to die in it. As far as Forzumer's lineup goes in general against what Arkosh have, they have the Treant Protector to try to defend their towers. If they can stall out, oh, we might get a first blood here for Forzumers.
Yep, a little freebie here.
It's
one reason
around
they picked the Forsaken Oracle, the Spirit Breaker, is because he'll be a lot tankier. And you can see, with all 5 hitting him, it did take quite a few seconds this time to bring him down.
Zufred killed his brother.
Important. That's true.
That's harsh.
That is true. Betray your brother. So the one thing I do like about the Arkosh lineup is something that we kind of talked about a bit last game. They don't really have a traditional mid laner at all, right? Like in terms of just the players. Because Monkey is an off laner, Gremlo, off laner. They've obviously had to play different positions to try to make up for it, but why not just pick the off laner in mid? I mean, Batrider is probably his best hero, right? For Monkey.
It is his best hero.
So I like the idea of just going with comfort over maybe, you know, something that's logical.
What I was thinking was, like, maybe you could have picked Pale Horse, a carry that's good against Slark. It's not like those carries don't exist. Did you have to go all in and get the Lesh? You know, a classic carry pick is Faceless Void. I don't remember if that was banned. They could have played carry Bloodseeker, who's also very good against the Void, against the Slark. Obviously became the last pick of Forzumers here. So the options were there, and I know he plays those heroes. So I just wonder why they went for the Lesh. If it's like, you know, guys, we're going to push them. They have Treant. We want to kill the towers with Lesh, and then you're good against Slark. Let's go and just try to make it happen quickly. That's I think that's the mindset here. But
you can see that Gunnar has. I guess they didn't know who was going to go mid, but obviously Slark is a much better matchup against Batrider. But Monkey's just going to change it up right away as well. So they want to just keep switching these lanes up until they're happy.
Something the panel didn't talk about. I actually thought Forzumers were going to go a different way with this in the second phase, right? When they had Kunkka and they picked the Slark against Timbersaw, they didn't have to put either of these heroes mid. They could have played a Kunkka side lane, Slark top, and then put a different hero mid that's good against Batrider to force Batrider into a side lane matchup that he doesn't like, or to play a mid lane that's a draw, right? But I guess they just had a different plan. I guess Batrider would have been good in the safe lane against Shadow Demon Kunkka, but then, you know, you're beating the enemy's off lane with your core bat and you're sharing experience. I don't know. There's a very interesting bit of musical chairs here going on with the lanes. Top net worth in the game is still Treant, because no cores are getting gold, and he got first blood. I guess he'll be overtaken eventually.
Incredible, yeah. That Pale Horse is now mid. I was wondering if Forsaken Oracle would actually just go back to playing mid again this game.
It's right, one game, like whatever.
Yeah, I don't think that's particularly a good matchup against the Slark, but it looks like Moo is back into the mid lane.
Moo versus
NA Dota
Moo.
at its best.
A mirror match.
Yeah, just Moo.
Well, he's against the other Moo.
Monkey in the bottom lane, getting harassed, and he's going to get pounced. Does have his Firefly up, so we'll be fine, but takes very heavy damage. And look who's back in the bot lane. It is Pale Horse.
Yeah. This
is the most musical chairs I've ever seen, I think.
This
usually happens like 2, maybe 3 times. This is like 4 times now.
Right. This used to be a lot more common, right? There was a time when this would happen almost every game, actually, at the highest level, and then things changed. But yeah, to see that nowadays is quite a rarity. Disruption. Excuse me.
Yeah, Monkey is back in the mid lane, just to make sure you guys can keep track of this. And that means Moo will probably want to go back bottom with Gunnar maybe going mid, but he's perfectly happy to get some farm in this bot lane in the meantime. So we'll see. Oh, TP, who is this? Is that Slark? Yep, Gunnar's back mid, but he did use his TP, so Monkey could TP out.
Yep, he could TP bot.
I mean, this is not a matchup he wants to play against because of the Dark Pact,
but
taking out Sticky Napalm every time.
Pale Horse can't TP mid, though, so I think that's why they did this.
Wait, what's coming on the courier? It's not a TP. Did not think ahead. As mid lane, Gunnar taking a little bit of harassment with Forsaken Oracle coming in with the charge, but all right, let's look at the CS. This is actually more interesting than normal. So Gunnar is at 18-1, Monkey 9-0. So this is hurting Arkosh by a much wider margin.
Yeah, I would say it's more important that he gets CS than that the Bloodseeker does this early on. I think Batrider is more like both heroes are momentum heroes, but I would say Bloodseeker offers on average more in a fight without having any items than a Batrider will, because you have to come in close, right? On Bat. Oh, Moo is in trouble though. Oh, get bashed.
Yeah, he gets bashed up into the split earth. One more bash should do it, but he's not going to find it. Why are you talking about Moo? I was just comparing the mid laners, Monkey and Gunnar, because they're the ones that are starting to swap.
I mean, everybody
the
has
entire reason they're swapping.
Oh, that's a charge.
We're going to see Bloodseeker finally go down in that bot lane. Forsaken Oracle trying to get through that grasp, but
I was comparing the two because if you look at like the last hits and denies right now, there's clearly the 4 heroes that move the least, right, are the ones that have benefit the most. So the one he's trading against in losing is the Bloodseeker, who also only has 12. And I think, you know, if you're on Forsumer's side and you knew this, you would be pretty happy with it.
Okay. Sure.
That was the idea.
Yep, top lane Costa Bile gets around the Bramble Maze. I mean, what are your thoughts on Costa Bile playing Kunkka as... Because this is kind of a Gunnar hero in the mid lane, but Gunnar's going to be playing... Obviously, we've seen him on Slark so far, so... Unless there's a way to switch heroes later sooner that I don't know about, it is odd.
I mean, they're clearly doing it by necessity because they wanted to avoid the Batrider matchup. Gunnar does play quite a bit of Slark. I would say it's one of his best carries, so I think he feels relatively comfortable. And with what the panel said, which I agree with, Gunnar is more of a tempo player. This hero as a carry is an active carry once it has its first item, right? Like you want Diffusal, sometimes you want a second item, but you can generally get involved relatively early on compared to a lot of other carries that want to farm more. Moo.
Yeah, bot lane, charge, connects onto Moo, but Pale Horse, they get off the split earth as well, but they're not going to be able to take out Moo. He does take a lot of damage though. Z-Freak has a ring of health already, so working on the old meteor hammer.
Oh, Gremlo might die to poisons here. One more would do it.
Yep, 5 stacks. Goodbye, Gremlo.
Can I just point out...
Not the greatest matchup.
Like, Pale Horse has, like, the least pale camera shot ever. Like, the lighting in that room, if he is pale, it's very well concealed right now with the...
Maybe it's supposed to be ironic.
Oh. You think BSJ would be smart enough for that?
No, he probably doesn't even know what irony is.
He doesn't know what pale means. I thought you were going to say.
Pay. Even worse.
That would be hard.
Pale is Doc. Yes. See, Monkey is getting some stacks in his triangle right now, but Husky is in the vicinity to try to steal some XP.
Yeah, has a good ward there.
Firefly's not after another 10 seconds, though, but... We'll see if they actually try to contest this, because Gunnar is on the way. Yeah, they can definitely try for this. I mean, Gunnar's level 7, Monkey level 6. And here we go. Oh, as he starts the stack, so terrible timing for Arkosh, depending on who gets these last hits. As Monkey... Yeah, Gunnar got a lot of those.
They got 2/3 of the
Pale Horse
experience,
gets a kill in the bot lane. Yeah, true. Stealing a lot of that XP, very, very beneficial. So Monkey. I mean, this is the thing. I know that these guys pub a lot, and since there's not that many people in NA, they face each other a lot, both Monkey and Gunnar. Obviously, they were teammates prior as well, but very familiar with Monkey's Batrider is Gunnar, I'm sure.
Yeah. Man, that actually really blows for Monkey. We already talked about how the lane swaps early weren't good for him, but that stack was meant to be the big comeback, and he lost so much golden experience there that he's still 6th in net worth as a core bat.
Yeah.
If you go back quite a long time, that wouldn't be the biggest concern. Back when Batriders were going Blink Dagger Rush and having an impact, but that's like a couple years ago by now. Nowadays, what Batriders more or less need to do most of the time is go Travels BKB, so they have teamfight presence. And that's just, that ramp up is getting delayed so much. A mid Batrider usually has bots now, actually. Minute 8.
Yep.
He's 1,500 away, and he's going to die here potentially.
Yep. And he will die. The pounce connects. Oh, Chakram doing a lot of damage. There's the save from Husky. Gunnar. You can see the Pale Horse Pulse Nova doing a lot of damage, but he's going to be stuck in the blood right and brought down thanks to the rotations from Moo. And it looks like Gremlo's going to be next. So 2 quick kills for 4 Zoomers. And Arkosh. I mean, it is even net worth-wise, or relatively so.
Oh, Gunner's going for it. Nice pounce.
Monkey pounce. Wow. Very nicely done from Gunner. And Crow on the high ground, but Gunner is just going to be able to dodge out those bramble mazes and walk away to safety. So 1K lead for Zoomers. As I think the biggest steal is just the stealing of XP / these stacks in the triangle have just had a huge impact.
Oh, I missed the game.
That was kind of the comeback mechanic.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. So at the very least, Arkosh gets something out of that.
Isn't that classic Kyle? He tips his teammate from missing the stun. They got the kill, so it's all in good fun, but he was having a good laugh at that.
Yeah, it worked out just fine. Let's pay attention to some... Oh, Gremlo. Let's pay attention to Gremlo dying real quick. Gunner starts it off with a Dark Pack, gets the pounce off with the Blood Right, setting it up nicely, and a Rupture just to ensure that Mr. Gremlo doesn't get away. So Gunner with yet another kill. He has 4 permanent Agi stolen now.
This is one of the heroes that we've seen in NA be really dominant, has been that Timber Saw. And in this game, he's just heavily counterpicked. This is not a good Timber game. You're playing against Rupture, you're playing against Slark, you're playing against Xmark. And you're even, like, Shadow Demon is one of the best supports against Timber. It's one of the only supports that can truly do damage to him that is meaningful, aside from something like Finger of Death, you know, because you have Shadow Poison stacks that build up in the long fights, and you have Soul Catcher, which, you know, Timber has a lot of base health, so you get rid of a big chunk of that, kill him before the armor stacks start reaching critical mass. It's a really tough
I think Gremlo's, he has got a big target on his back this game, no doubt. Yeah. Probably impartial to him shit-talking so much in the past, of course.
Z-Freak's in trouble. He needs a good overgrowth here. Too late.
Nope. He is donezo. So, I mean, what is Pale Horse working on? He's working on a... Looks like he has Hood being made. I guess he could go for the old Essence Shroud at some point if he wants. Or Eternal Shroud, sorry. There is the Rupture onto Monkey, but a nice save from Husky. Basically nullifying that lasso completely. And look at this, Terrorize coming out. Very nicely done from Crow. Potentially will save Gremlo as a result, but they obviously lost Monkey in that engagement. And Forsaken Oracle really wants to get Moo. He has his Nether Strike available, and there's the Chakram from the side. So a nice cleanup here from Arkosh. Salvaging this fight to some degree. Yeah, and they get the tower.
Not bad, not bad.
You can see Gunner does have his Echo Saber right now, but doesn't look like any fights will come out here.
Yeah, I wonder why he opted for Echo this game over Diffusal. I think it's an incredible Diffusal game. You're playing against Timber Saw and Bad Rider, and you know Bad Rider is behind the curve here, so being purged as Bat really sucks. And Slark could, you know, solo kill him. It's not like Echo Saber isn't a good value item. You get the Mono Regen, you get the double swing, which is nice. Okay, no Demonic Purge. I still think Monkey will die here. Monkey
is likely dead here, even with Pounce and X. They have so much catch, it is redonkulous. And Costa Bile has his armlet and just about to finish. He's going for Boots of Travel as well. That is interesting.
Yeah, this was a build we saw.
Position 1.
I remember one game in Division 2 EU where I think it was Lil Pleb going for this build on his carry Kunkka. He was very active all around the map, got the travels after Armlet, and just took advantage of the inherent strong timing you have as Kunkka right now in the game, before heroes get BKB, while the Armlet is an insane HP boost, makes you difficult to kill. You just connect on moves every time. And it, of course, helps you with farming speed as well. You have X Mark you can travel with. It's a feel-good item for sure when you're having a good start.
Yeah, Pale Horse getting pursued by Gunner, but not able to get the initiation off here. And it feels like Arkosh are just giving up a little too much to 4 Zoomers right now. I mean, 2K net worth lead, it is something. Link is going to be the second item for Gunner. We'll talk about that in just a moment. As Gremlo gets pounced on. There, the Rupture.
Rupture X
Blood Right as well, but the X on top. And he gets deleted from the map. And Forsaken Oracle wants to try to continue this, but actually cancels the charge as he was about to hit it. And now Monkey, Demonic Purge, X marks the spot with the Blood Right, silencing him up. Gunner getting chased, so this will be a huge kill for Arkosh, and they'll successfully get it. But sadly for them, they're going to lose their mid lane bat as well. Forsaken Oracle looks like he... Oh, the X again. Bringing him back into the fray, and they still have the disruption if they really need, but going to be yet another easy kill. They do lose their Slark, which is, in theory, a big deal. But feels like Four Zoomers are getting everything else.
Is there a more miserable situation for Timber than getting ruptured and then X-marked? Like, what can you actually do apart from just standing still and hope for the best? So he's going to jump away and then snap back to reality.
Right.
You wouldn't get that reference. That's okay. Oh,
That's
they force-staffed
8
him.
Mile.
They force-staffed him, I think, right?
That's M&M, Cinderin. M&M, Cinderin! I got it!
I love M&Ms. Yeah, it was force-staff from Moo, stopping the charge.
I'm surprised you even know that reference. Anyway, looks like Moo has his force staff, like you said, and is going for Aghanim Scepter, so double rupture in his future. Very exciting stuff.
Yep.
I mean, you talked about how useful it is this game against all these mobility heroes.
Yeah, it's very good.
Double the pleasure.
Yep. Put one of them on Timber, put one on Bat, and enjoy having your Slark free hit heroes for 15 seconds.
Indeed. Up close to Bile might get caught out there. Here's a Cursed Crown. He gets off the boat for the damage mitigation, but I think this is going to be way too much to withstand. And he will fall in his own triangle. So nice pick off there from Arkosh.
See if they can turn it into a mid tower. They are playing against Treant, so getting the mid tower is very difficult, but equally important.
Yep, Gunner. He's
right
getting charged. Pops the Dark Pact ahead of time. Nicely timed. Bounces out to safety.
Oh, good luck, Gremlo.
TP's in, Gremlo. Yep, he's ruptured. Anytime we see somebody ruptured, they usually die. We'll see if that's the case here. Trying to do as much damage as he can before the inevitable death. Gets force-staffed. Gets up a nice chalk. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. Forsaken Oracle charges in. Gremlo actually is getting out for now, but Moo is very, very speedy. 3 stacks of Shadow Poison upon him as well. Gremlo attempting to TP out. Oh! Will be successful. Wow.
Gunner pounced too early. He was worried he wouldn't have time. Okay, so that was really nice what he did. So first of all, this time he just flat out just stood still for 10 seconds while he was ruptured. He didn't try to do anything except cast his spells defensively and just stand there. But the moment Rupture was running out, he had already started his Timber Chain. So he traveled away as quickly as possible and managed to stay alive there. I was sure he was going to die. But not quite.
Indeed.
I think, again, this is one of those situations where Slark's item build really works against him, right? If you have Diffusal there, I think you get him.
Costa Bile could be in some trouble here. He does get off the X, so Pale Horse put it into a bad position, but the Nether Strike into instant bash for Forsaken Oracle is there, but Four Zoomers have so many people here. Monkey gets ruptured again. Will be killing himself, but the lasso comes out. At the very least, he gets the trade on the position 1 Kaka. So 1 for 1. And now Crow at a crawl here. Looks like he's going to be brought down. So even though it's a 2 for 1, you get the position 1 for a 2 and support, and the 2 is not farmed.
Yeah, I was supposed to say
it feels like a support bat almost. Yeah.
And he did go for that Blink Rush, right? I don't know if I like it here. I was talking about how bats don't really do that anymore. Yeah, it is faster than average because nobody buys it first.
Forsaken Oracle has charge.
Good Force Staff.
Oh, cancels it.
Force Staff.
Force Staff canceled it.
Oh, here comes Gunner.
Okay,
Gets a stack there, I think. Yeah, I don't know about the Blink on Bat. It's very all-in, but so is their draft, right? So maybe it's okay. The thing is, Arkosh need to win fights right now. This is a 1k gold lead, but it's more akin to, like, I don't know, what should we say, a 4k gold lead in a normal quote-unquote draft, just because, you know, the scalability of the enemy team is that much better. Gremlo.
Gremlo ruptured again. Can he survive? There's a Force Staff. This time, I think he's dead. He is relatively tanky. I mean, he doesn't have that much farm. He does have Plate Mail now. Hood in addition to the raindrops.
I do like how every time he dies, he immediately takes a sip. Like, he very much makes sure to stay hydrated. I've paid attention to it. Every death, that can is in the air. Every time. He's really on top of that.
Is that hydrating if it's not water?
I can assure you that every drink like that does have water as the main ingredient.
I understand. God, I hate you so much. It was a joke about Gremlo not being healthy in any respect of life. You know how many liters of diet soda he drinks a day, Cinderin?
Too many.
More than 4.
Okay. I was about to say that's oddly specific, but it actually isn't. It's a very wide span, but
it's quite big.
well, if you drink more than 4 liters of any beverage a day, you're definitely staying hydrated. So that's the good thing.
Depends on how much is canceled out by the aspartame.
Yeah.
You know, it does soak up a little bit. As Monkey, like you said, has his blink dagger, and I mean, he had the boots of travel queued up, but he's just farming so slowly that he's actually just going for shard now, it looks like. We'll see if he sticks to it. So double flame break potentially here.
Yep. Not the best shard against Slark. You can dispel it anyway.
What do you... It feels like the Bloodseeker really threw them for a loop. Obviously, the last pick for 4 Zoomers. Do you have to just go Lincolns? Is there... Like, Lotus doesn't feel very good?
I think one approach is buying items so that you can survive while standing still, rather than taking the approach of not getting ruptured. Because I think if the enemy team wants to find a rupture on you, they're very likely to do it. They have X Mark to break Lincolns. They have Demonic Purge to break Lincolns. They are going to be able to find it at some point if they're looking for it. Yeah, I would rather see tankiness items, like something... If we're talking specifically for the Bat Rider, obviously his game is not good right now, but items like Shiva could be nice against the Slark. Items like Ghost Scepter even, in theory, but you're against Demonic Purge, so that's maybe a little bit iffy. Maybe just some raw tankiness items, not even utility-based. Just get some stats and health.
Heart?
Not the best time against Shadow Demon. Oh,
yeah, that's true. Oh, we have the blink. Lasso. There's the save from Husky into the Demonic Purge. Monkey getting demolished, and there's really nothing he can do here. But a lot of damage being applied to Moo, so it's going to be a trade at the very least, which for Arkosh Gaming at this stage, I think is a win. Z-Freak Curse Crown with a lot of damage coming from Pale Horse. A 2 for 1 in their advantage. Gunner sticking around on the sideline. Has his Lincolns. Will pounce to safety, though. Torrent's going to connect onto Forsaken Oracle.
Oh my
God,
God,
he is absolutely demolished. 5 stacks of Shadow Poison. Good lord. And with that, I think Arkosh now on the retreat. Gremlin with very little mana to speak of as well.
Oh, that's
he tries to time the X, but not able to do so. Still at half health. Pops that hood. Is okay for now. The Lotus is going to reflect that disruption. X is up again. And this feels just miserable to play for Gremlin. I can just feel it.
There's the drink. Good. On top of it. Immediately. Just every time. Like, death equals drink. This is a good habit for you guys at home when you're playing pub games. If you're position 5, you'll have to go to the bathroom every game. If you're a carry, you will at least not die of dehydration at the end of the day if you drink every time you die. Maybe if you're a carry, you should drink every time you empty an Ancient Camp. That might even out.
Yeah, that's true. It depends on if you're feeding or not, I guess. As Costa Bile has his BKB and is going Shadow Blade next. Gunner looking like, wow, he has an Aghanim Scepter queued up. I have not seen Ags on Slark in so long.
More mobility.
That's the extra, the pounce getting 2 charges and the range becomes redonkulous. I find that when that was really popular, it was really hard to get used to the range. Like, people would actually miss the pounce a lot as a result.
It is pretty good in this game, though, right? We've talked about how heavily mobility-based the Radiant lineup is. You also get a lot more max HP, which is nice against Leshrac, so I think it's fine. I don't know if it's the best item. I would still like to see the Diffusal. Oh, Husky's going to break the smoke and has Invis Rune.
Yep. That hurts. Gremla with a melee Timber Chain. Might have to take a drink after that one. Not quite a death, but death of my eyes at the very least, as Husky gets demolished thanks to the Chakraman. The rest of Arkosh Gaming, 5 versus 4. Z-Freak gets up a nice overgrowth. And it looks like 4 Zoomers are on the retreat. They get a double boat, but should buy them enough space to get out for now.
If Arkosh
speaking of Z-Freak,
if Arkosh had any vision right now, this would be an awesome fight for them.
Nature's Grasp into the Meteor Hammer. Pale Horse has to pop his Bloodstone to heal up. They're going to lose their Bat Rider. Monkey buys back into the game. Kostabile attempting to TP out with the BKB. Looks like he'll be successful, but Moo, not so much. And Gunnar, if they get this kill, this will be enormous. Pounce to the low ground. Monkey continuing on. They break the Lincolns. He's going to pop his ult. Whips himself. Another Pounce to go. And TPing out. Okay, he cancels it. Then gets Split Earth and now brought down finally. So Arkosh getting good value out of that buyback from Monkey.
I wonder if he would have lived if he just kept running. I don't know if they could have stopped him. They didn't have lasso. Maybe he was going to get charged, but if he dark packs that really nicely and pounces again, perhaps there's a way out, but it was tricky, of course. Yeah, that whole situation.
There is Shard on Batrider, so you do have a second Flame Break for the chase, potentially.
When that fight... Yeah, that's true. Maybe he could have got him with the second one. The way that fight started, what I was saying was, like, at this point here, if Arkosh have any vision when they run up the high ground here, they could just crush this fight. There's so many spells on cooldown for Zoomers, and they don't have their Shadow Demon. But they're running into the dark against the team that's well positioned, so they immediately lose their bat. He then buy back TPs. But these cleanup kills actually make it well worth it for them. They got so much gold from these two cores.
And they get the Aegis. Monkey, he is ruptured on the high ground right now. Nice save from Husky after the Nether Strike applied from Forsaken Oracle, but Z-Freak's going to get destroyed regardless. And that's a dieback technically on Monkey. He died on the high ground. But 2 for 1 at Kostabile and company might want to continue to fight, but they're going up against an Aegis on Lesh, one of the best Aegis carriers in the game. So it looks like they're going to reset and reevaluate. Monkey has the 3rd lowest net worth in the entire game, by the way.
He's overtaken by the 5 Spirit Breaker now. He's not having fun. Well, maybe he is having fun, but his game isn't good. Spirit Breaker Axe, though. That's a big item.
Oh.
Guaranteed that he can target it on Kunkka now if he wants to. Obviously able to select BKB targets now and has the lower cooldown as well. And the better cast point.
What level is he? Level 15, so he hasn't even gotten to... I mean, typically when you see the Ags picked up, it's a mid Spirit Breaker, and they're able to get level 20 around the same time as the Ags.
Yeah, that talent is
for nutty. That Charge of Darkness speed. Does anybody ever take the other one?
I don't think so.
The Bash Chance? I feel like
I think there's a world where you do that if you're playing carry SB, which is a very unusual thing to do. But there is, if you play right-click SB, I think you take the right one. But yeah, look at that.
If you're going position 1 Spirit Breaker, do you not go Ags?
You might, but I think even if you do, you can still get the right talent.
Really?
Yeah,
okay.
If all your other items are attack-based, like you have AC, Echo Saber or something, I think it could still be good.
Okay. Now, Pale Horse wanting to get good value out of this Aegis. 3 minutes to go on it. He has Blink Dagger, Boots of Travel, Hood, and Bloodstone. Looks like BKB is next. Z-Freak pushing the lanes. They probably want to ignore him. Oh, he's going to turn himself into a pig.
Invisible pig.
Yeah. And he is fine. He has a shard, so we'll be invisible in those trees, and we'll be able to root people when attacking out. Tree's a kind of a funny hero. Very basic in nature as
very dead.
He's going to find him. Yep, very dead. They're going to chop him down. And Arkosh, I mean, the game is relatively even. You can see that Gunnar's net worth has kind of dropped off slightly. It's not like it's a huge amount, but Kostabile is the one that's really shined so far in terms of just the pure farm. Getting close to finishing Silver Edge here.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
This top tier too.
And it looks like Monkey will be going for Boots of Travel, Cinderin. Finally. 300 away. He's doing it.
Oh, for a second I thought that was Monkey's graph versus average Batrider graph. But it is against the Slark, so it's probably not that bad. But yeah, his game is rough, for sure. They will get the tier 2. Kostabile TP'd up there to clean out the wave, but it's not going to stop them from finishing the job. First tier 2 tower of the game will go to Arkosh.
Yeah, and remember, they don't really have a true position 1, so this is the time that they, I would say in the next 8 minutes, they need to kind of end the game.
Yeah.
Before it starts getting a little bit harder to get to the high ground situation.
The new Leshrac is pretty good against Treant's living armor. Oh, hang on.
Oh.
Pale Horse. He'll get away.
All right.
So, obviously,
Bloodstone.
the old edict was physical damage type, and living armor gave armor. But now that it's pure, it doesn't matter nearly as much that Treant is holding the tower. So he's actually doing a really... Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah. Pale
Seeker's
Horse.
fast now. Not so
He's
much.
already used his Bloodstone, so they're going to smoke up, and I feel like they should probably use this Aegis in some capacity. Only 50 seconds to go now as they see Gunnar. They're going to try to jump him. There's the blink. Pounce away to global range, basically. And Gunnar has the item that I can never remember the name of, Cinderin. I had to mouse over it. Mage Slayer. Very good against Lesh.
So he disassembled his Echo Saber into Ags and Mage Slayer. Interesting.
Yeah. He loves doing that little trickery. Usually it's Orchid Echo Saber, but that's a little bit more standard. Creating a new potential build.
Oh, that was close.
What do you think of Mage Slayer against Lesh? It has to be.
It's good.
Pretty good.
It is very good. They do 35% less spell damage for 6 seconds, and Lesh does not have a BKB for a while. So it's a strong timing right now.
It's dispellable, right?
I believe so, yeah. I mean, I can't believe I don't know that for a fact, but this item just doesn't get bought very much. And since
Doesn't really say either.
It says dispellable when you hold Alt.
Oh, I see. Very interesting. Gunnar trying to chase Monkey, but he's used both his pounces, so Monkey will be able to get out no problem. Now, does it apply through spell immunity? So if he BKBs and then it applies,
I don't
does it
think
work?
I don't
I'm guessing no.
No, I don't think so.
All right, so it's all about that BKB timing. Aegis is gone. He's about 1,500 away from finishing the BKB on Pale Horse.
Oh, good
Gremlo
pounce.
gets pounced on. Moo is in the vicinity, still has 2 ruptures to go. Gets one off. I think the Lotus Orb came shortly after. TP is going to get canceled, and Gremlo will be brought down shortly enough.
Oh, they cut away
That
from his
was a
camera
mega
before we
kill
saw if he was
streak.
going to have a drink there. He looked to the side, probably looking for his next can, but he might be out and have to go to the fridge. He does have 50 seconds to go to the kitchen here.
He's not one to get up to help himself. He wants somebody else to do that for him.
Oh, maybe that's why he was looking to the side. He was talking to someone. Please bring me a drink.
Yeah.
That would be very...
Their coach, Slacked, is in Sweden, I think. The water boy, as it were.
What a coach that would be.
Oh, Forsaken Oracle.
Oh my God.
Basically 3-shot here by Costabile. Jeez.
Well,
Disgusting.
do you think Slacks would be a good life coach for a team?
No.
Okay.
He's so toxic. What are you talking about?
I mean, he's also funny and good at, brightening up the mood.
Yeah. But then he would... Oh, we have to hold that thought. Kunkka, all right. Terrorizes there. But there is the second rupture coming out, this time on Monkey. There's going to be a trade of sorts, but not in the favor of Arkosh, as they're not even able to get Costabile. He was very low, but armor toggling to a high degree. 3 dead just like that as 4 Zoomers winning this fight in spades. Crow, will he be able to get at least one? It doesn't look like it. Yule's up into the air and destroyed. So a very bad fight for Arkosh. I mean, the game was not that far out of reach, but now we're getting into territory where 4 Zoomers could snowball this.
So this is a really weird interaction that Dota has for because reasons. When you get lassoed and then affected by another fear ability, it breaks lasso entirely. So they terrorized on top of lasso, and it basically just made Kunkka not get pulled away by that. I don't know how much it mattered there. I feel like they were both just standing still anyway, but at least they didn't end up staggering them. They just stacked them on top of each other. Kunkka does survive.
So you're saying it breaks it immediately, or because it makes them walk away from the range of the lasso?
It literally removes the lasso right away.
That's
I think
weird.
it works the same way if you use Lich's Fear, for example. I think it just stops lasso. Oh.
All right, Costabile might find himself in a world of hurt here. Moo gets off the first rupture. Costabile, armlet toggling. He has the living armor applied to him as well, but brought down thanks to that whirling death. Massive damage. But Gremlo might get cleaned up. Gunnar gets the first pounce. Second pounce does connect. Gremlo's in a lot of trouble, but there's the Terrorize to help save him. Nicely done from Crow. As you can see, the flamethrower is online for Gremlo now as Moo getting chased. Forsaken Oracle gets the charge off. Moo inside the Slark Shard. Actually, we can talk about that in just a moment, as Moo already has 5 stacks of sticky napalm, so ends up getting brought down eventually. But Gunnar does have the Depth Shroud.
Yeah.
Very cool ability.
It's a bit... I don't know if you should have bought it this game. I think that Shard in general is really, really good. But if you look at what heroes they're against, almost everything is just AoE damage anyway. Like, they're not really targeting them with spells. They're not really targeting them with attacks. They're just running next to them with Edict, Timbersaw spells, Willow ult.
Oh, Pale Horse goes to the high ground, has to pop his Bloodstone and BKB, and Gunnar just hits the W button, and he is away. Forsaken Oracle into the enemy base.
That's
Gets
a bit wild.
Another strike is blocked by the Lincolns.
That was
applied from Gunnar to Husky.
That was a good link.
Very nicely played.
Yeah, really nice. He pounced on him, so he got in range to place the Lincoln.
That was a very nice play indeed. And Arkosh not able to get too much out of this. But actually, what happened? It was just a 6K net worth lead. They got like 2 kills, and now it's 2K.
Yep, those 2 kills were big, though. It was the enemy position 1 and the decently far. I think there was a bounty rune or 2 involved in that as well. This is anyone's game still. Arkosh are embracing their inner chaos, picking no carry, and literally just running at enemies nonstop, and it's kind of working because they're playing to their strengths.
So, at what point, just on paper alone, Cinder, does this lineup not work anymore? See, Pale, you're right. It's a very dark room.
I mean, this has to be this is definitely with some sort of filter, right?
I don't think so. I think that's how he lives his life.
Nah, there's a filter on this camera. There's no way.
You can see that he has paused just to rage, and Jenkins is withstanding that rage right now. As you can see him smiling.
If we go back to
very uncomfortable.
I think potentially this is the kind of room you would use either for Polaroid photography or to grow a specific type of plants. And he actually does have those on his shelf. So perhaps it is the real lighting. A side effect of this is that when you do get on camera, you look very red.
Thanks for that PSA, Cinder, and really important that you said that.
That's a chair. That's
you can
another
see
chair.
that one of the
DreamHack chair.
A couple.
That's
couple of members are missing now.
That's an unsharp chair.
Wow. Everybody is taking a leak right now.
This shot was a lot better 5 seconds ago. But here we are.
I'm pretty sure pausing for a bathroom break isn't allowed, right? Generally? Am I wrong?
It might not be a bathroom break. They didn't really specify it. They paused and said pee sorry, which could technically mean he pissed himself as well in his room. Then it's not really a bathroom break, but more of like an emergency.
Right. There's just urine spilling in every crevice of the walls. Understandable.
I'm very happy you made it even more graphical than it already was. That's very good.
Well, you started it. See, the Satanic is on Costa B now.
Welcome to the NA DPC Division 1.
Very farm. Hey, I'm trying to break you into what people expect of the NA DPC. Cinder, okay?
I'm sorry for being too serious.
This is the standard. I mean, last season I paneled with Jenkins. It was way worse than that.
I can imagine.
Can you imagine?
I can, as a matter of fact, very well imagine that.
Oh, okay. It's almost like you've worked with him before or something. All right, only 2K lead for Zoomers here. Roche is up. It is the second Roche. So Shard is on his body. Gunnar.
Oh, Costa Bile is going to run into the entire enemy team. Didn't BKB.
Oh, the Chakram onto 2 as well. Nice lasso. Is going to find Costa Bile. 2 dead for 4 Zoomers right away. And this has turned into a good old-fashioned 5v3 as Z-Freak's going to be brought down thanks to that Pulse Nova. And the rest of 4 Zoomers have to get the hell out. And Gunnar didn't even bother popping the DD. I don't think he hit anybody. The fight was just a disaster to start.
That was a bit bizarre. It looked like that was on purpose, that he ran in front to get caught. And he had like a full second to react on the BKB. Didn't do it. And then he just got killed by all the damage. I understand you have Satanic, so you have a Dispel and you have a lot of heal if you do get the attacks off. But you have to respect that this enemy team has Timbersaw and Lesh. They can kill you in a stun. Look at this. He has all that time to BKB. Just gets chained up and killed. Also, I think maybe he was counting on getting disrupted, but a really good job there by Arkosh to also lock down the Shadow Demon. They're going to get Roche for it. That is Shard as well as Aegis. Pale Horse will use the Shard.
Middle tower is under attack.
So now they have 4 Shards, Cinder, and the only one missing is Forsaken Oracle. Is the break important? Probably not. Although, Essence, nah, it's terrible. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Very sad.
Would not recommend that.
Wait, what does Tidebringer count as? It's a toggleable, so I think it still works, right?
Yeah, you can't break Tidebringer.
I think you used to be able to back in the
You
day
can
when it wasn't
silence it, right?
toggleable.
But I don't think you can break it.
Yeah. All right.
Arkosh is
2K lead for Arkosh
ahead
now.
on gold. First time in a game today that they're ahead on gold after minute 5.
All right. This one has gone from P to
G.
an upgrade, I think. Yep, P to G.
All right. That's good.
That's a micro P, I think.
Let's keep going down the alphabet.
Just waiting to see what Z is. That's going to be
He's the
pretty
trend on
hardcore.
the other team.
I guess. The old Z Freak. All right, tier 4 neutrals. Any of them game breaking.
Spell Prism from
Penta-edged
Pale Horse,
sword.
really nice. Great item on Lesh.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's getting it. You're getting close to Shiva's as well.
They found Forsaken Oracle.
Yeah.
Oh, he'd
first
keep it into
pounce
the X
connects,
mark.
but the boat comes in. It's going to connect only on one, so Pale Horse at the very least lives.
Is under attack.
Forsaken Oracle buys back into the game.
Instant buyback into charge on a Lincoln, so he's just stuck in Fountain. That's a bit awkward.
Yep, it's unfortunate. It happens though.
He has a lot of gold, though. He's just showing off.
I mean, it's a good Lincoln's breaker. It's pretty low cooldown.
It's
right?
kind of the equivalent. This is the equivalent of, you know, the old Russian tsars that would just throw their glasses after they were done drinking and break plates after dinner.
I thought that was just normal custom.
Oh,
That's only czars that did that?
maybe that's an American thing. But
You know, there's places you can go in America to break things. You pay to go in and you
oh
break
yeah, what is
things.
it? They're
Like a
called
rage
those room. Is it Rage Room?
I don't know. I don't think so, but I can't remember the name.
I feel like a lot of Dota players should probably try to go there once.
Yeah,
Gunnar.
I've been needing it myself. Pale Horse might need himself as well as he gets ruptured on the high ground, but they're not actually pursuing in any capacity. They will hit on the Meteor Hammer, but again, they're not going to follow it up with anything. So that is one rupture down. Wait, number 2 now on Pale Horse.
He still has Aegis.
Still has his Aegis. Yeah.
You could
Pops
TP
the
out now,
Shivas.
if he wants to.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing for him. Oh,
Nice Lincoln again by Gunnar.
Taking Oracle. Looks like he's going to get out of the range of Bloodright as Gunnar jumps in, but the rest of his team is feared. Pale Horse, oh, nice save again from Husky, doing such a good job with those disruptions. His move's just going to right-click to his heart's content as the BKB backs away. Pale Horse still with that Aegis, has the Shivas online as well. And the first to fall is Gremlo. That might mean they need to back up here. I mean, still plenty of time on the Aegis, so they can just wait out this timer and go another time here.
Some good defensive spell usage from 4 Zoomers there. Great pounce from Gunnar with the Lincoln's placed to save Moo. Then he got BKB off. They had a good disruption, a good overgrowth. You know, this was kind of close to dangerous territory for 4 Zoomers. If they lose that fight, they definitely lose a lane of Rex, maybe even 2 if they can push out mid, because the Radiant lineup can kill towers relatively fast. You've got Edict, you've got Flamethrower. And this is around the time when the panel, and I agree with this, we're predicting, all right, if we get to this game state, they're probably in trouble. 4 Zoomers are going to end up winning. But I think 4 Zoomers' itemization is really delaying their peak, right? You have a Slark that's gone for tons of utility, very little stats. He, finally completes a Scotty, but, he went Ags and Mage Slayer and Lincolns. No Diffusal, no, hard-hitting items. Like the Scotty is finally coming out now. Kunkka went Silver Edge as well as Satanic, so he has some damage, but he's always going to be limited by the hero itself, right? It's very specific situations that you can hit really hard in. So even though we're 40 minutes in, it's still looking good for Arkosh for now. It's
Yeah,
very winnable game.
I agree. Gunnar's build is very cute. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't... I feel like he would have gone this in a normal match too, and that's the thing I like about 4 Zoomers in general, is to kind of break the meta, so to speak, and build some weird stuff, but I agree with you that it has delayed things, because if this was just a normal Slark game, they might have a bigger lead.
I think just a cookie
half K that they're sporting.
Just a cookie cutter build, right? Would have felt nice here. I think something like Diffusal BKB would have been totally fine in this game.
Having said that, though, the build is cool.
Absolutely.
I still like it.
It's had its
fun.
uses. It's not like it's just objectively
Oh
worse.
my.
Nice pounce.
Pounce not going to connect, but the X is there. Oh, BKB activate from Forsaken Oracle, so the boat is down. Not the longest cooldown. And Aegis down for Pale Horse, so see what they have next on the menu. Looks like he's going for the old refresher, basically for double BKB. Just wants to maximize the amount of damage that he can do without being taken out. Any items on the horizon that you think are going to be impactful?
I think Slark's Moonshard will actually be really good. Again, he needs more damage, and that's going to be a big help. Treant almost has Lincolns, will be very nice for them too. Not so sold that the Kunkka Shard will matter a lot. On the other side, Refresher on the way for Pale Horse. Don't know if... Is that worth it here? Maybe it is. Double Edict against Slark sounds pretty strong. You refresh your BKB and Shiva, and Bloodstone. Yeah, it's fine. Bat Rider's closing in on the item he should have had 15 minutes ago. No, he's
Split Earth Shard with Refresher.
recovered.
I mean,
yeah.
pretty hard to fight into that.
Right, but it's also hard to keep the fight there against this
Yeah,
lineup. So, yeah, Bat Rider is working on what seems to be a Lotus Orb. Obviously has... Oh, nice reaction there from Monkey. He might survive.
Yeah, might still be dead, though.
Oh, he's X.
Breaking all the trees so they can just follow him in. X into boat, pops his Ghost Scepter, so takes amplified damage there. And sadly for him, dead for 80 seconds, no buyback. Double damage rune is top. And Forsaken Oracle is going to grab that before Gunner can get into that area.
Nice awareness there from four Zoomers. Monkey tried to be cute and dropped the gem out in the tree line when he got X'd back, but they were well aware he had it, and they chased it down with the Treant and then gave it to Bloodseeker. So they recover the gem. That's a big kill. Now, what else is on the horizon with items? Hex coming up for Timber. It's quite far away. They're gonna buy two Lotuses, it seems. Both Willow and Bat queuing those up. Not sure if that's worth it here. Obviously nice against Rupture, but and a way to remove Overgrowth.
Dire's top tower is under
And we're starting to get into late game territory. So we'll see what Pale Horse can do. I mean, he does have the Edict talent now. Level
He
26.
is very strong. Don't be fooled.
I ain't fooled. He can definitely solo push if he wants, but does have to worry about getting jumped by the ridiculous amount of gap close that four Zoomers have. I mean, now that I've seen the lineup kind of play out, even though I don't...
are scanning.
Like, even though we disagree with the itemization in terms of actually finishing this game, the lineup makes a lot of sense for four Zoomers. They have so much gap close, they have a good amount of saves. Just feels like really hard to fight into their lineup as a whole. That Pounce not going to connect, but he has another one to work with. Oh, not going to connect as well. Puts himself in harm's way. He's going to get lasso, but the Dark Pact takes it off. Gremlo in the vicinity. Gunner's going to have to pop his ult and get out. So a lot expended now. Not sure if they want to continue to fight. His Moo gets off his first Rupture. Lotus Orb is applied right now. Monkey's going to get boated on top of the Blood Right. A nice fear onto several heroes, though, as Z-Freak and company. He has to pop his ult, but he's going to die shortly after. Moo picks up that regen rune. It's continuing to go off, but finally the charge cancels it here. Husky gets off the Disruption. It's not going to do too much. 2 dead for 4 Zoomers. BKB finally popped by Forsaken Oracle as he can continue to chase his Gunner. He's getting chased as well. The Chakram not quite enough to finish him off. Looks like he'll be safe. As Gremlo looking for more. 4 stacks of Shadow Poison applied to him right now. But the triple kill for Gremlo as he bursts down Costa Bile. 3 dead for 4 Zoomers. Gunner at full HP, so he's going to be a little bit more difficult to kill now. All these abilities are on cooldown, but a great fight from Arkosh. They don't lose anybody there.
One of the things that went really well for Arkosh there wasn't really that much on camera, but just the Slark was isolated and slowed for so long. They broke his Lincolns, they nether struck him with the Spirit Breaker, they charged through him. He didn't have ult because that was used even prior to that. So he kind of couldn't connect with his team that entire time that they were killing Bloodseeker as well as Treant. And when he finally does rejoin the fight, it's lost. So nice job there from, I believe it was Kyle as well as Crow. Oh, Gunner's in.
Gunner trying to harass here from the low ground. Gremlo is taking so much damage. 6 stacks, 7 stacks of Shadow Poison. He's going to have to get out here as Gunner trying to chase, but will be dissuaded from doing so. Pale Horse jumps in. He has very little mana to speak of. So has to be careful. And remember, he's sporting a Refresher, which basically will cost all his mana to work with. Diabolic Edict. Now you can see that level 25 talent coming into effect. Fortifications popped, and Arkosh gonna reset. 6k net worth lead for them now, and they just need to get some mana refills.
Kyle
Double
with
damage
this,
bottom again, though.
this absolutely genius draft from Arkosh, showing why he was playing on that big stage a couple years
Yeah,
back.
of course.
Obviously, with Complexity playing at the majors and TI, definitely has not forgotten how to draft. Just make sure you pick a lot of fighting, no carry.
Just don't delete your items, and you'll probably
That
be
is
fine.
also really important in this
Gremlo
game.
into the high ground. Pale Horse pops that Shiva as they're trying to go on the Shadow of him. He has to save himself. Pretty value kill here, but he does have buyback. Husky will use it pretty much immediately. Monkey ruptured, walks to the high ground. It's going to be nullified with the fear. And with that, Arkosh Gaming look to be wanting to reset, but they might lose their Dark Willow at the very least. Pops his Shadow Realm. X. Oh, this could be a pretty high value kill on the Gremlin. He's going to pop his BKB, though. They're going to try to turn this around onto Gunnar, who's already at half health. Is forced to use the Shadow Dance. And here comes the charge from the Forsaken Oracle. Rupture onto him, but there is the save. But completely surrounded now is Costa Bile. Has to pop his BKB. Going to be reducing a lot of the damage now as a result as Gunnar trying to reset, trying to get his HP back as Husky's going to be brought down. That is a dieback onto him. But they're going to find the Dark Willow in conjunction with the Spirit Breaker, who has no buyback now. But Costa Bile still stuck in the same spot. He's going to have to buy back now after he dies. Multiple buybacks now, and this looks like it's time to go for Arkosh. They want to end it right here, knowing that their late game is a little bit lacking. Gremlin, 4 staffs. Looks like he'll Timber Chain to safety. Has very little mana as well. Trying to create some space. Gets off the ridiculous range Timber Chain, thanks to that
He might
level
get X
25
here.
talent. Oh!
He has the vision
He still
from
might get
start.
X. He's very slow with no boots. He's not holding any boots. All right, Gunnar has to pop his ult in the midst of things, applying a little pressure to Gremlo, but I don't think he can kill him outright just by himself. Gremlo, with the help of his teammates, is finally taken out, but he does have buyback as well. And yeah, Gem in the vicinity. They can still grab it, and they will.
They actually just got it back. I think, yeah, 4 Zoomers just didn't notice. All right, that's the Slark that's hitting real freaking
Aegis.
fast. All right, what's his attack
Roshan
speed?
with
Can we get a
Aegis
mouse over
speed.
on this? That is really fast.
Let's see.
0.28 seconds. So hits 3.5
Pretty good.
times a second here.
Oh, Roshan's very low. There's the Terrorize onto 2.
Oh, good boat.
Pale Horse jumps in.
And
Can
the
he
boat.
grab all these items? It looks like the Roshan is taken out by the Radiant.
He denies
Pale Horse
the
denies the Aegis and dies. What?
How is that even possible?
What? How is that possible? All his items were in his inventory. He didn't even try to pick them up. That is incredible, actually. He does not have buyback, by the way.
Radiant's middle
We need to see the replay on that one. That's insane.
Oh,
I think Monkey picked up... Did he buy it? Yeah, he has the Ags from Roche.
yeah.
And
so
the
they got
cheese was
that one.
picked up by Gunnar.
Okay. So each team got 1, and Roshan got to keep the Aegis. That sounds fair to me. That's a fair trade.
I figured he would put the Blink Dagger in his backpack because that's what he used to get in. That's
Exactly.
useless
Yeah,
then.
for sure. Maybe, to be fair, we didn't click him during the fight, right? He might have swapped in the blink again after he died. Maybe he was trying to blink in and swap it out. We'll see the replay here. So
True.
This is actually pretty damn good timing on the... I mean, it's fortunate on the boat that they get the stun, but he's totally fine for a while here. Roche dies. He still has it in his inventory.
No, he doesn't. Yeah.
He never bloodstoned. Oh dear.
Wow.
Maybe he got... I mean,
Never Shivas.
he was Scottied, I think, as well. Yeah, I don't know. Not sure if that would have really mattered, but what a chaotic moment.
I don't think we've seen him use Refresher yet either. I mean, still 30 seconds on his death timer, so they can definitely hold this. And they're still, I believe they're still holding the Ags, right? No. I think Monkey's ate it then. So now
used
he
it.
officially has
Double lasso.
the double lasso. Okay.
He's listening to some good music there, you can tell.
Now, am I wrong in saying that if your second lasso hits a Lincoln's
my
target,
God,
the Lincoln's is
damn it.
ignored, I think. Is that right?
Yes, I think so.
I'm
the
pretty
link.
sure it goes through Lincoln's.
Yes, I'm pretty sure you're right about that. I think it only counts on the first target.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. Gunner with the Lincolns applied.
It would be consistent with how Shackle Shot works, right?
Yeah, true.
It
Or
basically
Shackle Shot breaks the whole game.
you
so
just
all the mechanics.
you just bind another hero on your primary target without it. It's not like an additional spell cast. Basically, it's one cast that just
has fallen.
works like that. So
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
All right, well, as a result of that fight, 4 Zoomers now have a 6K lead. Not insurmountable by any means. One fight can literally flip that upside down.
oh, this is
See
a
4
really
Zoomers
all in play.
Ooh.
They're
Yeah.
all
I
stacking
think
B.
they... Rush B. 5-man smoke from Arkosh. They're going to try to pursue them from the other side to see if they can surprise them. And there's the jump in with the terrorized onto 3 heroes. Pale Horse getting demolished, though. Has to pop the Bloodstone and the BKB along with the Refresher. He's going to have to double up on all of this now. Gunner looks to be just fine. Pops that Chi, so it's super healthy. Monkey looks like he's likely going to die here. Pops the Ghost Scepter, will live a little bit longer as a result. But the Shadow Demon's dead. Leshrek's dead as well. So 1-for-1. Supports dying left, right, and center. That's Gremlo, actually. That's 120 seconds. These are a lot of these are diebacks.
731 agility right now.
Yeah, Gunner is pretty strong, some would say.
Oh,
I think Synderen agrees with that. Has his pounce available. And it looks like they're going to try to finish this game potentially. 3 dead with no buyback.
All right, that's got to be
Arkosh.
max attack speed. 0.24. It's actually not max. I think max is 0.20. 4 attacks per second, though, on Slark currently.
47 stolen agility right now. 25 permanent agility. In addition to the Moon Shard. And here we go. Boom, boom, boom. Disgusting. Pouncing in. Looks like he just wants to go for the win. Can't blame him. He knows a lot of these buybacks are down. And it looks like 4 Zoomers likely will take a 2-0 series victory here.
But this is not how anyone would have expected it to happen, I think.
Yeah, very true. Forsaken Oracle tries to delay this just a little bit. Looks like the Bulldoze is successful. Nope, stands still, dies. Buys back into the game, though. Crow, not a whole lot he can do. Can terrorize, can fake it out a little bit, but both tier 4s are now down. Now he has to withstand the right clicks of Gunner, which he's just going to be able to root or take off that Curse Crown pretty easily. And with the Torrent Storm as a victory animation, 4 Zoomers beat Arkosh 2-0 in a extremely entertaining game number 2.
Yeah, that was really fun. Wow, hats off to Arkosh, honestly, in this game. They went for